All right, let's own together first.
Oh. Ow.
Dude, when you do it, when you feel everybody is like, when we all find that space together, you can feel that shit rattle your damn head.
Got me wondering how I got into this mix.
Happy 2018.
Woo!
Brand new year. Freethinker House.
What's up, peeps?
We're still here.
Still here.
My name's Derek.
I'm Jeffer.
And I'm Johnny.
Some of you may know us from watching our past videos. Some of you may have just heard about us or just discovering us, maybe on Steemit. But this is the Freethinker House, and we do weekly, monthly updates documenting our progress, trying to become more free while living in the giant city of Houston. We're literally minutes from downtown right now, and we want to show what it's like to pursue sustainability and decentralization and independence within the urban city environment. If you haven't seen our last videos, go check those out. There's about 10, 15 of them or something, just showing us cooking and gardening, doing community stuff. And now we're moving into year 2, and we've got a lot of exciting projects. First, we want to talk about the last year. This is one of the things we did. We have a garden. In the garden, we have a medicine wheel, and in the center of that, we dug a little hole, and we buried this bottle. And inside this bottle is a piece of paper that survived mostly. Got a little wet. And in this bottle, we wrote
3 things that we wanted to
Freethinker House 2016-17 manifestations. So things we want to manifest, and then what was it?
3 things we want to let go of.
3 things to let go of. We didn't really reflect on it throughout the year, which is maybe something we want to do this time, is kind of be able to look back like on a monthly or even weekly basis. But it's also kind of cool to just put the intention out there and then come back like, well, did I do it? And I think that for me, looking at this, traveling, building freedom cells, community, music, things like that. For the most part, other than music, I think I was able to fulfill what I wanted to do. And the things I wanted to release, remaining bad food habits, I think I did get rid of all those. Procrastination, I'm still procrastinating at that one.
For me, letting go past relationships, for sure. I've done a lot of self-work on that stuff. Not 100% there yet, but you know, we never are. One thing I've been creating is our Jumbotron album. I'm in a band with Johnny over here, bass player, and we've spent a lot of energy over the last year jamming in the house here, and we've got an EP about to come out in a couple of months.
Things that I wanted to manifest: peak physical condition.
Okay.
I did not do that. Not
that was me too.
Not quite as swole as I'd like to be right now.
We're going to have to get on our regular workout days again.
It's all about the routine, man. I can't figure it out somehow.
Jimmy, this is a cat in peace.
This is the year. I think I wrote that down. I'm probably going to write that down. Oh, hey, Jimmy. He doesn't care about the video.
Role model.
I also wrote that I wanted to let go of my job. I think that's the thing that I'm most proud of letting go. So I haven't had a 9 to 5 since April, and it's been crazy, but learned tons of new skills because of it, and I've moving forward to doing things that I actually really want to do.
We had to put him out on the corner a couple times, but everything worked
Under
out.
the bleachers.
So that was our bottle, and another thing we did last year that maybe some of you guys have heard are called vision boards, and really, I think there's probably different interpretations to what this means. For me, when I talk about vision boards, and I think what our goal here is to get like a piece of paper or some kind of poster board and draw or write what you want to manifest and to put it into power. You know, take it out of just keeping those thoughts and those dreams and wishes in your head, speaking them out, talking about friends, hanging out, having fun, coloring and drawing, and just putting your energy into that. And I think it does help, especially you can look at it throughout the year and try to create that. So it's just another way for us to try to create the lives that we want. One thing I did do that I wrote down, May through June, I put Travel the Conscious Resistance. It was a little bit longer than that, but we did indeed do the Conscious Resistance tour, and that was successful, so that's awesome that this came to fruition. The only thing, again, that's missing that I didn't get to this past year was music, and the band that I'm in, we didn't get to play much music this past year, but that seems to already be changing for 2018, so I'm excited about that. And we also made new vision boards, and that's the big thing that I put on this one. You can see this one's a little more creative. I made this one a little more simple and easy, but just staying healthy. I put learn about your roots because I'm trying to learn more about where my family comes from. Lots of stuff about music, thinking about the big picture, keeping the medicine alive, the spiritual medicine, staying focused, staying healthy. So that's what I'm focusing on now.
For me, with the old vision board, where I lacked was really pushing this on social media, and I think that this Steemit account is going to be a big help in shifting my focus to be able to bring this content to you guys. And where I'm focusing on now more is with the Jumbotron album this year. I've already named the album. We're investing in crypto. We're all about that. Actually, you guys, any tips on crypto? I've got about $700 to invest, and I might be late on the Nexus train. Although in a year's time, I might be saying, why didn't I get into Nexus when it was only $16? We want to go to either the West Coast or the East Coast with a band, and we really want to be a voice for anarchy, for empowerment,
freedom.
It's combating the social decadence of today's age.
My old vision board, I'd say.
Show them this vision board.
Yeah.
If you can decipher this, then
You can. It's like two-sided though. It's complicated. It's for me. It's not for you. I quit soda. I'm really proud of that. These are lights, and we got some cool lights in our backyard now. And I was envisioning that as a chill space. I went on tour, quit my job. I think I could have done more work in the garden, and
could have made more black bean burgers.
Yeah, I did learn how to make black bean burgers though. So I'm still not. I haven't figured out how to make things with tofu yet. So I should probably get on that. Had only about a year to do it, so maybe I'll do it this year. This one's even crazier. I drew it all black and pinned, but I don't know. This is really about balancing. I feel like I need to balance my life a lot better with my priorities and the things that I'm doing, and just trying to follow my passions, which is obviously music. Jeffers shouted that out enough, I think. So really just trying to pursue music, be a better person, be a more well-rounded individual.
Sounds kind of interesting that all three of us are really trying to focus more on music this year.
Yeah.
In addition to the stuff with the house, music. And I think that for three of us personally, that's, you might be listening and thinking of something like in addition to like, you caring about the world and activism and all that sort of thing, that you're like, well, I also am really passionate about this. Music is something that we're passionate about, and it's like, it's good to have the decentralization and activism and all that stuff going, but if you don't have the other thing that's like, your blood, then you kind of feel like you're missing out. So it's cool to be able to strive to balance those two things. This is where it's exciting that you guys can help us with Steemit. So if you haven't heard of Steemit, STEEMIT, Steemit.com, go ahead, sign up immediately because it takes a couple days for them to approve your account. But it's basically a new form of social media built on the blockchain, which is the technology that underpins Bitcoin and a lot of other cryptocurrencies. And it's essentially a reward-based social media network. So if you've been working on Facebook, especially as an activist or a journalist, and other forms of social media, or even if you're just finding yourself censored or your Facebook feed's no longer showing you relevant information and just all the different BS that we have to deal with, if you're having issues with that, this allows you to actually take the power back in your hands, have a cool network. It's set up a bit differently than Facebook. Everybody has their own kind of personal profile where you can post videos, articles, blogs, photography. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff there, and people will reward each other by upvoting, by commenting, sharing, re-steaming each other's stuff, and you get money through it. You get paid out in crypto.
Cryptocurrency,
Yeah, it
right?
turns into Steam dollars or Steam power. And there's definitely, for those who are more on the tech side and want to know more about that, do check out the website. They got a white paper and it breaks down how the whole back end works. I'm lucky enough to have a good friend who's helped me get going, and we're going to now have our Freethinker House account. That'll put all of our old videos, and as well as any new videos that we do, these kind of house updates, but also maybe just videos that are specific about projects that we have. And that's the cool thing is, so when we put up a video, say we say like, upvote this project to raise money for, this link to raise money for this project, then you guys can help us by being on Steemit. You can help us document and show other people how to become independent and decentralized within the city environment. And we're going to use cryptocurrency to do it. We're really excited. One of the main things that I'm personally focusing on, I think we're all going to try to focus on, we live in the subtropical climate with typically a lot of sun throughout like 70% of the year. There's a lot of sun. We could be taking advantage of solar panels and things like that, and it can be expensive, but there's also, because the technology keeps increasing, there's there's cheaper ways to get about solar now. And I personally, and I think all three of us would like to stop paying for electricity.
Yes.
Paying the company, the electric company, to keep our things going. And obviously that's a big step. We got to figure out, like, okay, well, how many things do we run that need to be plugged in, right? How many plugs are we in need of in order to sustain ourselves and to live our lives without having to feel like we're going backwards and that it's like, oh, we're losing actually, because I want to do good by the planet. I want to stop paying this centralized grid, and if we can harness the power of the sun and get ourselves off that and show other people, then that would be amazing. And I've seen videos online of people in the middle of New York City doing this, not paying electricity, just living in New York City. And actually, if you didn't know this, it's actually illegal in some places to not pay for electricity. So you might not even be legally allowed to do this in your city.
Do it anyway.
Which is insane. Yeah, I would just say do it anyway.
Just do it anyway.
We're not going to ask for permission. We're just going to try to get to the point where we don't need to pay the electric grid anymore. And the next time, there'll be a time when they turn the power off and we'll be like, cool, we're not turning it back on. We have power some other form. So that's a big goal of mine.
If you have any ideas, if you've been inspired by other people doing inspiring projects, let's say inspire more, by other community projects, if you've been inspired by other community projects, then please send links underneath this Steemit post and we will watch them, and if they seem awesome, we will try it in our own community.
Yeah, I'd really like to focus on some homeless outreach. There's a lot of people living in tents downtown, not even a skateboard's distance away, and it's nice to just be able to make a lot of food for those guys and go out there and give them a couple meals.
And it'd be cool to use crypto to do that.
Yeah, if we could do that with Steemit, I'd love to film that and show y'all exactly where your money's going and the smiling faces that we put on.
And it would be super cool to be able to plant trees and vegetables and all sorts of food in our community so that people can just come and just pick.
Operation Houston Food Forest is coming for sure. We really appreciate anybody who's tuned in, everybody who followed us through the first year of our adventures at this house. We got upcoming benefit shows that'll be happening. You'll get videos of that. The garden, once the weather kind of warms up a little bit, we'll be back in the garden. Our papaya trees are a little sad right now, but we've got some greens and plenty of other things. And throughout the year, I think it'd be cool as well. We've sort of gotten away from the last couple of years doing Skillshare, so maybe we can get some more people who have more knowledge than we do to come teach some stuff in the garden. We'll document that, share that with you guys as well.
I want to say to you guys, if you're watching this and you feel inspired, from what we've said about our vision boards, I personally failed on probably more than 50% of the things that I set out to do. But as Jordan Peterson says, it's better to do something and fail, do it badly, than just to sit on your hands and do nothing at all and, be inspired by other people doing the work. So if we inspire you, then please don't just consume these videos. Actually get out into your own community and start the projects like we're doing. Be the inspiration in your own community.
Figure it out. Be the change.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon.
Peace.
All right, one more deep breath and then